It appears Unrivaled has gotten its answer, and Caitlyn Clark is out.
Unrivaled just announced their rosters for this upcoming season while simultaneously pulling off the biggest troll in sports history.
Caitlyn Clark just turned down a massive $2 million offer from a rival league, and fans are stunned.
This was the November 20th deadline that, if you guys remember a few weeks ago, Nafisa Collier said that by November 20th, all the players would be announced and we would get the official lineups for each team.
ESPN has confirmed the shocking news, leaving basketball fans wondering what went wrong. The Unrivaled League had been hinting at Caitlyn Clark's involvement for months, but now their entire future is in question. Could her decision be a major blow to their debut season? Stay tuned, this is big.
Unrivaled did the funniest thing last night that got a lot of us hooked.
It's official, and fans are in total shock. Caitlyn Clark, the golden girl of women's basketball, has turned down what many are calling the deal of a lifetime. Imagine this, $2 million for just 10 weeks of play. That's not only life-changing money, it's historic for women's sports. Yet she still said no. So, what's really behind her decision?
Last night, Unrivaled put out this letter where they said, "Dear management, what might seem like an average Wednesday in November is in fact a momentous occasion. Okay. A momentous occasion for those who follow women's professional basketball. Please excuse blank from 11 a.m. to 11:22 a.m. Eastern time so that they can watch Unrivaled's basketball club selection presented by State."
Unrivaled was meant to redefine women's basketball, a fast-paced, 3-on-3 league full of energy, innovation, and star power. And from day one, Caitlyn Clark was supposed to be its centerpiece. The league built its entire marketing campaign around her, dropping hints with references to her iconic number 22 and releasing mysterious promos that all but shouted, "Clark is coming." But when the official roster was announced, her name was missing. Then came ESPN's bombshell. Caitlyn Clark isn't joining Unrivaled.
Goes on to say 11 a.m. once again, and at the very end reminds you once again 11 a.m. to 11:22 a.m. Eastern time. Now, the whole thing about this Unrivaled League is when they are announcing new players, they have always done like a teaser video before they announce the players. They've always been about doing little mysteries or Easter eggs or trying to get people to like guess who was gonna join Unrivaled.
Let's break down what just happened, because there's a lot to unpack here. Unrivaled was supposed to be the future of women's basketball, a fast-paced, 3-on-3 league filled with energy, innovation, and star players. Caitlyn Clark was meant to be the face of it all. The league built its entire marketing campaign around her, dropping hints about her jersey number, teasing "Clark is coming," and fueling fan excitement for months. But when the roster dropped, her name was missing. Then ESPN confirmed the shocker. Caitlyn Clark turned down Unrivaled's $2 million offer. The money. Reports say Unrivaled offered Clark $2 million for just 10 weeks of play. That's $200,000 a week. For comparison, the average WNBA player earns around $120,000 per year. On top of that, Clark was reportedly offered an ownership stake in the league, meaning she wouldn't just play, she'd partly own it. So why say no to that kind of deal? The timing. Clark's schedule is already packed with endorsement deals, speaking appearances, and her WNBA commitments. Adding a 10-week league might have simply been too much. Plus, Unrivaled season overlaps with major events like NBA All-Star Weekend, where Clark is rumored to appear. It's possible timing alone made it impossible. The risks. But timing isn't the only factor. Some insiders believe her decision reflects deeper concerns about Unrivaled itself. It's a brand new league. Exciting, yes, but unproven. For someone like Clark, who's already a global star, joining an untested project might have seemed too risky. Even the ownership offer came with uncertainty. Equity sounds great, but if the league fails to take off or folds after a season or two, that ownership becomes worthless. Clark may have decided that the financial upside didn't outweigh the potential fallout. Fan reaction. Fans are furious. Social media exploded with disbelief, frustration, and disappointment. Many feel misled by Unrivaled's marketing. The league even left 2 wild-card roster spots open, leading fans to assume they were reserved for Clark and another major star like Aya Wilson. When those names didn't appear, fans called it a bait-and-switch. One user tweeted, "Clark was their ace. They played their hand too early, and now they've got nothing." The bigger picture. This isn't just about one player or one league. It's a reality check for women's sports. Building a new league is tough, even with star power and massive hype. Critics argue Unrivaled overpromised before securing key players like Clark. Now, with their debut season only weeks away, the league faces an uphill battle to earn back trust, attract sponsors, and prove it can survive without her. What's next for Clark? For Caitlyn Clark, this move looks strategic. As one of the most marketable athletes in women's sports, she can afford to be selective. By turning down Unrivaled, she's protecting her time, her image, and her long-term brand. Still, many fans see it as a missed opportunity, a chance to elevate the women's game even further. What's next for Unrivaled? With names like Aya Wilson and Lexi Hull confirmed, Unrivaled still has star talent, but not on Clark's level. The league will need to rethink its marketing, rebuild fan confidence, and find new ways to draw attention before the season begins. Without Clark, the pressure is immense. This debut season was supposed to redefine women's basketball. Now, its future feels uncertain. The bigger message: Clark's decision shines a light on the state of women's sports. A $2 million offer for a short season is historic, but compared to what male athletes earn for similar commitments, it still highlights the pay gap. Even for a superstar like Caitlyn Clark, the hesitation shows the challenges that still exist when it comes to equality, stability, and opportunity in women's professional sports. In the end, this moment isn't just about one deal. It's about the growing pains of a movement trying to reshape the future of women's basketball. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: this story is far from over. Caitlyn Clark's decision has sparked a much bigger conversation about the future of women's basketball and the role of new leagues like Unrivaled. Can Unrivaled bounce back and prove it's a serious player in the sports world? Or will this become a cautionary tale about how difficult it is to build a brand new league from scratch? Let's take a closer look at what Clark's choice really means, not just for Unrivaled, but for women's sports as a whole. What Unrivaled was trying to do. Unrivaled wasn't just launching another league. It was trying to redefine women's basketball. The goal was bold: create a fast-paced, 3-on-3 format that feels more like street ball, faster, edgier, and built for today's attention span. It was designed to attract both hardcore fans and casual viewers who might not normally watch traditional basketball. On paper, it sounded like a brilliant, modern twist on the game. But in reality, it's completely untested, and that's exactly why they needed someone like Caitlyn Clark to legitimize it. Without Clark, Unrivaled now faces an identity crisis. Who becomes the face of the league? Players like Aya Wilson and Lexi Hull are incredibly talented, but they don't have the same global pull or mainstream recognition. Clark isn't just an athlete, she's a brand. Her presence alone could have brought in major sponsors, new fans, and media attention. Without her, the league loses much of that momentum. The financial fallout. The $2 million offer to Clark wasn't just a paycheck, it was an investment. Unrivaled was betting on her star power to bring viewers, advertisers, and credibility. Now that investment is gone. Replacing that level of attention will be a massive challenge. One of the biggest missteps in Unrivaled's rollout was its marketing strategy. Fans were led to believe Clark was already on board. The league dropped cryptic teasers, like a 22-minute promo video referencing her jersey number, which made it seem like her signing was inevitable. When her name didn't appear on the final roster, fans felt misled. Many called it a bait and switch, and that perception could damage the league's credibility for years to come. Why Clark said no. Turning down $2 million isn't something anyone does lightly. For Clark, it wasn't about the money. It was about protecting her brand, her legacy, and her long-term goals. Joining an unproven league would have been risky, especially when she's already dominating in the WNBA and building an empire off the court with major endorsement deals. Her decision also highlights a bigger issue: the pay gap in sports. Yes, $2 million is a groundbreaking offer for women's basketball, but it still doesn't compare to what male athletes make for similar commitments. If new leagues like Unrivaled want to attract top talent, they'll need to offer not just money, but stability, trust, and a clear vision for the future. What this means for Unrivaled. The league's debut season is still set for January, but they've got serious work to do to regain fan trust. One smart move would be to focus on the talent they already have. Aya Wilson, for example, is a phenomenal player with a strong following. If Unrivaled can market her effectively, they might still capture attention. They could also lean into what makes them unique: the 3-on-3 format. It's fast, exciting, and completely different from the WNBA or other pro leagues. By highlighting the energy and creativity of the game, Unrivaled could attract a new wave of fans who want something fresh. Still, the road ahead won't be easy. The league has already lost credibility, and now it has to deliver real action instead of hype. If Unrivaled can showcase high-level competition and create must-watch games, they might be able to win fans back, but the pressure is on. Clark's bigger message. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark's career continues to rise. By turning down Unrivaled, she's made it clear that she's thinking long-term. She's not just a player, she's building a legacy. With huge partnerships like State Farm and countless speaking appearances, she's one of the most recognizable figures in women's sports. Her decision shows that she's prioritizing sustainable success over short-term gains. But this story goes beyond one player. It's a reflection of where women's basketball stands today, full of momentum, talent, and potential, but still facing growing pains. Clark's choice might feel like a setback for Unrivaled, but it's also a reminder that for women's sports to keep evolving, leagues must build trust, credibility, and lasting opportunities for athletes. The message is clear: this isn't the end, it's a turning point.